Hi, welcome back to my writing channel. My name is Josie, and today I want to do a sit-down video discussing my goals and intentions for drafting my next thriller novel starting in November. I started this channel just over a month ago with the intent and purpose to document this writing journey. And I've been doing a bunch of preparation, outlining. I'm feeling like I'm in a good spot now, and I can't wait to start actually putting words down. I figured I'd start with some writing goals, but I also have some goals on the video side because I've done a decent amount of writing throughout my life. I am 26 and I've completed 7 books. Some of them I did in elementary school, high school. I've done 4 thrillers now in my 20s, and you can watch the first video on my channel for more information on how all of that went down. I'm feeling confident about being able to finish this first draft of my thriller novel. I've done it a bunch of times now, but what I'm more nervous about is the documentation process and keeping up with making videos as I really focus in on my drafting. My first writing goal is to finish the draft of this thriller novel that I've been plotting before the end of this year, so before December 31st, 2024. And I'm feeling really good about this because I'm planning on doing the 50K in November 30-day challenge. And I've succeeded at this challenge 4 times in the past. So I know that I can get the words down on the page, and then I also tend to be an underwriter, which means that I tend to make my first draft really, really short, and then as I edit and write consecutive drafts, it gets a lot longer. So a lot of my first drafts end up being between 50 and 60,000 words. For this story in particular, I already have some words written. I thought about the idea for this story in, I want to say 2021, maybe 2022. And it's taken me a long time to write it just because I've been nervous about writing about mountaineering, which I don't know a lot about, as that's like the backbone of this story. But a lot of times when I come up with the idea for a story, with it will be the idea for the start. I've written the first couple chapters. I don't know if they'll stay exactly the same, and when I went through my outlining process, I acted like I didn't have them, just to see if anything new would come out of it. So I have a couple chapters at the beginning, and through the last month of outlining and prepping, I have written some flashbacks. So I'll put on the screen here what the word count is that I'm at, but I'm going to still be trying to do 50,000 words in November, starting off from those first chapters that I've written. This takes me to my second goal, which is to try to take a bit more time while I'm drafting. So I've been able to be successful in the past with this fast drafting 50K in 30 days. I'm a goal-oriented person. I like challenges. I want to always win in everything. So I can hit the 50,000, but those words aren't necessarily as good as if I took my time. So I think of myself as having 2 speeds when it comes to drafting. I'm either drafting really, really quickly and just getting words out, mostly dialogue and basic action of what people are doing. And then there's the slower speed, which takes longer to put words down, but the words that I do put down tend to stick around into later drafts. I'm spending more time thinking about language, thinking about when description or internal thoughts and things should appear in the text. Now that I've done this November challenge a bunch of times and I know that I can do it, I really want to see if I can slow down when I start to feel the need to pick up and finish because I have finished early in the past. Last year I finished, I think it was November 17th, so I finished super early last year. And not that that's a bad thing, but if I can draft slower, and yes, it'll take me longer to hit the 50,000, but those words are more carefully chosen, I think that that's more valuable for me at this stage. I'm not saying the entire 30 days I need to be taking my time, contemplating every word, but just kind of reminding myself every once in a while that the goal is not just hit 50,000 words at the end of the month, but it's also to try and make sure those words are useful, that I like them. Kind of a subcategory of this is that I really want to make sure that I'm having fun when I'm drafting, because at the end of the day, I'm not making money off of my writing. It's not my job. This is something I do in my spare time because I enjoy it. So in the same vein, even though I love a challenge, I love to win, I need to make sure that I am enjoying the process. I'm not just stressed out about hitting the word count. I normally wouldn't be too worried about this, except for the fact that I have started this channel. November is really a time where I'm just so focused on writing. In other times of the year, writing comes secondary to the rest of my life. But in November, I really like to try and put writing as one of my top priorities. So anytime I have a free moment, I want to sit down and get more words out for my draft. But I'm going to have to balance that with making videos. I'm hoping to still continue with weekly videos throughout November, and that's going to take time to film, edit, upload. It's also why I'm grateful that I started making these videos in September, and I've had a chance to make quite a few before going into November, because with all of these videos I've made prepping for this novel, I've been able to take my time figuring out the most efficient way for me to film, to edit, to do all of these things. My cat has decided to join me. She's right here. She'll also be in my videos in November probably, because she likes to sit next to me while I write. I feel like I do have a pretty good strategy to making these videos as efficiently as possible, but we'll have to see what happens when, you know, it's pressure cooker time. I'm trying to get weekly videos out on top of writing all of these words. This leads me to my filming goals. When I started making these videos on this channel, I was nervous. I love to start things. I don't always finish them. When I decided that I want to give this channel a go, I told myself that I have to make videos until the new year, because there's that initial rush of, oh, this is really exciting, I'm making these videos, but there'll always come a time when things get tougher, when it feels overwhelming because it's so new, because it's not part of your routine. And then hopefully on the other side of that, you found a way to make it, to integrate it into your life, and it's not quite as stressful, and you've learned how to make things more efficient. So I'm basically trying to say that I want to make videos till the end of the year, and I want to finish my first draft by that time as well, so I can take a little bit of a break and then come back in the new year refreshed and ready to go. And hopefully I'll have loved this filming process, and I'll just keep going. My second goal for filming is that I want to do 1 or 2 creative videos in November. What I'm imagining is the standard video during drafting will just be a series of clips recapping my writing and how it's going as I go through certain chunks of the book. But there's a lot of really cool and interesting videos you can do while drafting, where you could do like a day in my life writing, or you try and write a ton of words in one day and you just go for it, maybe like even 10K. I don't know, I've never written that many words in a day, but I'm hoping I can be at a point where I feel comfortable with the filming, comfortable with my writing, that I can start doing these cool videos as well. I hope this video was interesting or useful if you're planning on doing a writing challenge this November. I want to say that everyone that's been watching my previous videos, that have been liking or commenting on them, I really appreciate it. It's really validating to see people interested in what I'm doing. And I hope you stick around and you want to keep watching and see what happens next.